Well, hello there. Back again with another message. Just out somewhere in Durham, well, by the river basically. It's a nice little walk. There's different routes you can take. And it's quite warm. It's not red hot, but it's nice. It's, you know what I mean? It's manageable. You're not like dripping with sweat and writhing, you know what I mean? And all chowed and flustered. So it's just nice and out for a nice little walk. Here we are by the river, as you can see. So yeah, out for a walk. I just thought I've got a couple of messages that I want to talk about. Yeah, that's never going to work, your throat chakra bollocks. You're never going to silence us. You're never going to stop me from speaking. I decide when I make a video and when I talk. And let's face it, I do talk about some fucking sphincter tightening topics of conversation that exposes a lot of you freaks out there who think you can just do what you want and get away with it and no one's going to say anything about it. That they're just going to, lie down. That you walk all over them. Or that just because you're family, that's a joke. I've realised blood isn't thicker than water. And if you're going to, endanger my life for the sake of money, then yeah, I'm going to talk about all your dirty little dark secrets and reveal everything to the world. And let's face it, once you get arrested, and you are going to get arrested because you are under investigation, the amount of paperwork, of damning evidence of all of you corrupt bastards in high places, as well as moronic family members who live in Disneyland, you know what I mean? Every day is a new cartoon, isn't it? Pinocchio, Dumbo, But anyway, yeah, if you think for 1 second that because we're family, as far as I'm concerned, we ain't family. I've severed all ties of that shit. As far as I'm concerned, you're perfect fucking strangers who I've never actually known. Because anyone go the lengths that you did out of pure jealousy, out of pure envy, are just sad and pathetic individuals and are not worth knowing. And the sooner you're locked up behind bars for the rest of your days, the better it will be for all, But yeah, so given the fact that the village that I live in and the amount of people who basically joined the dark side and became Team Pedo, whether they realise this or not, you basically decided to team up with someone who likes to abduct kids and sex traffic them on the dark web. Like go out renting studio apartments and auction off young children in these studio apartments to rich and wealthy paedophiles, to have them, to abuse them, and more than likely end them, or they get put into pornographic movies, things like that. One moment. And I'm back in the room. So yeah, so they're into things like that, which is linked up with shipping containers on a port somewhere in the UK that either brings them in or takes them out. You name it. The Ukraine's involved. Put it this way, there's countries all around the world that are involved in this, and they're all linked up to secret societies. And guess what? A lot of the rich and famous and people and government and things like that are all part of these secret societies. And yes, they're all Luciferians. They're all 33rd degree Freemasons. They've all renounced Christ and spat on the cross and resurrected Osiris to become a 33rd degree member and kiss the ring piece of the Baphomet. But I digress. So yeah, so as I was saying, being in the village that I'm in, it's odds on that I'm bound to bump into someone that stabbed us in the back. And lo and behold, I saw one imbecile who apparently was a friend. 30 years means absolutely nothing, because let's face it, all it took for you was a blowjob and a couple of lines of cocaine from a blowjob from a lady boy. And it is a lady boy, without a doubt. So yes, so you stabbed me in the back, and all it took was a blowjob from a lady boy. And you cry like a little girl because I want nothing to do with you. I mean, I was walking down to the shops, and here he is walking along the street. Like, there's something wrong with these people. Like, they honestly think they can do the most heinous of things to an individual because they're jealous and envious. And that I'm supposed to just be okay with that? I'm just supposed to go, oh, hi, oh, look, it's you, the one who stabbed us in the back for a blowjob and a couple of lines of cocaine from a lady boy and maybe a couple of £50, crisp £50 to shove up your ass. And let's not forget that you gave a false statement and kind of like committed perjury. And you joined the dark side and became Team Pedo, or you became a paedophile protector. You and your gay lover, who you're always hanging out the back of his ass. You know, that donkey of a friend of yours. And his witch girlfriend. And you're all paid by paedophiles to try and set us up and get us hooked on drugs. Or drug my drink. Oh, go this way. Oh, do it this way. You know, things like that. Yeah. Yeah. You basically stabbed us in the back, planned my death, or planned to have us locked up, institutionalised. And, you know, you teamed up with a fucking fat paedophile who abducts children and sex traffics them for cash, you know. Yeah, and I'm just supposed to go, oh, hi, you. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. So naturally, the most typical English thing to do was the two fingers, the tosser sign, and the up yours, motherfucker. And he's like, he's laughing. Oh, it's because committing perjury and giving false written statements, you know, it's laughable, isn't it? Yeah, ruining someone's life just because you're a jealous gay lord. And, you know, I've known for some time, just write that there, I've known for some time that you were gay, but it never really bothered us. And I've also known for some time that you like to masturbate over pictures over me. And, you know, and one of the big giveaways is to like know how much of a gay you were. Again, I don't fucking care, but I'm just like connecting the dots. When you only have to go by the last girlfriend you had, aside from the lady, but we'll get to that. So the last girlfriend you had, I mean, it looked like a man. You know, it was no fucking oil painting. Very, very masculine. Very masculine. You know, and that should have just been a fucking, you know, a big giveaway then. But, you know, you overlook these things and you just think, oh, well, you know, I mean, like, some people just don't, you know, it's not about aesthetics. It's all personality. But the thing is, though, this person didn't really have a personality. So it was a fucking gobshite. Didn't understand personal space or boundaries. And once you had a few drinks in her, fuck me. It was just like, drinking with a bloke, you know what I mean? So I should have known then that you were a bender. But, you know, like all of you secret gays who hide in the closet, you're all projectionists, aren't you? You like to project it onto other people, like your insecurities. Like one time I was playing music on my phone and he was all like, what are you playing music on your phone for? And I'm like, looking at him, I says, well, from what I can gather, the only person that has a problem with it is you. So, like, that's your insecurity. That's your fucking problem. You know, you need to deal with that. And then he's more or less doing the same thing again, because like I've got my headphones on. Like, at the end of the day, right, I don't give a fuck what I wear. I don't give a fuck if I've got headphones on. I mean, this is how stuck in the past this individual is. He doesn't go anywhere, right? He sits in his fucking bedroom, moping away to himself, listening to the fucking Doors. This is the end. You know, he never does anything, he never goes anywhere. There's always an excuse for why he can't do this, why I can't do that. And he's always like, oh, what are you doing that for? What are you doing this for? Oh, you can't play music on your phone. It's like if I want to walk around with music playing on my fucking phone, I will. And if you have a problem with that, that's, you know, something that you need to fucking get over. It's something you need to deal with. Just like if I want to wear fucking headphones to listen to music on my phone for mixes that I've made or favourite albums that I like to listen to. You know what I mean? You only have to look around today to see like what, to see that everyone does that now. It's a Bluetooth, the cordless. You know, and everyone walks around with headphones on. I see them all the time. But the problem is with this individual, he doesn't go anywhere. He's stuck in the fucking 90s. He's never left the 90s. He lives in the fucking past. This person is in denial. And I mean, I've blanked this person far too many times. You know what I mean? And he still doesn't get the message. There's something mentally wrong with this individual. There's a sickness in his fucking head. And he's still doing the same thing. I mean, when he was getting upset about me playing music on my phone and whatnot, I mean, there was no one else fucking there. You know what I mean? It was just him and I walking. I'm playing music on my phone, and he's all fucking insecure and paranoid. Right, looking at him, it's like, you've got fucking problems. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I was looking around and says, well, it looks like the only person who has a problem is fucking you, and you need to get over it. Then he's doing the same again today. The same as what he was doing 4 years ago, before I went off to China to teach English as a foreign language. Well, actually, like, no, this is like almost 5 years now. So he's like, and he's no different 5 years ago to what he was fucking 10 years ago. He's always been like an oddball. Always like stays inside. I mean, he's like, the thing is though, this person's introverted. See, I am introverted, but I'm also extroverted. I suppose technically what you could see is I'm an ambivert. I can be both introvert and extrovert. You know what I mean? I have good social skills. I have no problem approaching people and starting up a conversation with a total stranger. You know what I mean? I've no problems being on a podium or being on stage. You know what I mean? I was a fucking singer in various bands when I went to college. So no, I have no problem. I have stage presence. You know what I mean? I have no fears like that, but I also love my own space. This is something like a lot of these fucking imbeciles that I'm dealing with don't understand. Let's isolate them, and they'll go within and drive themselves crazy, and hopefully he'll commit suicide, and then we'll be able to get that trust fund and we can share out the wealth. But like, no, you don't even fucking know us. And for 8 years, almost, I've had nothing to do with you. And the only time I do have anything to do with you, you're trying to have us locked up. You're trying to have us fucking killed. You're trying to have us institutionalised. You're making false reports. Fucking so on and so forth. But anyway, right, that aside, so this clown that's never changed in the last 30 fucking years, should we just say, he's always been the same. He's like trapped in the past. Like a lot of these people, like birds of a feather flock together, right? Like shit attracts shit. And so these people have attracted each other who are heads, like their head mental space is stuck in the past. They still think it's like the fucking 90s where you go and rave and go to big fucking events, big outdoor events, indoor events, you name it, under the tent, in the field, fucking raving, popping ecstasy, snorting coke, taking amphetamines, because he used to love popping these fucking pills and taking these, he just still does. Like snorting coke and things like that, and getting blowjobs off ladyboys to betray people. You know, that's how fucking, that's what 30 years of friendship boils down to. A blowjob from a ladyboy. But anyway, I don't care. Like, I'm pleased I know this, so just keep them out of me fucking life. So anyhow, I saw him, I give the fingers, toss it, and I give him one of them, and then I walked off to one shop, and then I came back. I was going along into the grocery shop, and he was coming out. And the dozy cunt, like this is how this, you know, there's something mentally wrong with him. He's like, I just went, and I just looked at him, bluntly told him to fuck off, you fucking prick. He's like, you know, like he's wearing wears using like laughter as a self-defense mechanism. You know what I mean? And he's like secretly inside he's just fucking crushed because I've never spoken to him like that, but because I know who he is and what he's done, and like how he betrayed us for a blowjob from a ladyboy. Well, you lose all respect, don't you? So you have no qualms about going, fuck off, you fucking prick. And he's trying to like laugh, trying to like keep himself like stabilised, but he's anything but fucking stable, fucking broken and wobbly, do you know what I mean? Everything's fucking stuck together with blue tack and Pritt stick and like sellotape that has no stick. You know, he's put together on hopes and dreams because there's no hope for him. He just like, after a 30-year period and being like a 2-year absence and no change from the 5 years before I went to Trent to teach English as a foreign language, he's exactly the fucking same. It's exactly the same thing. He's learned nothing. He's just like the fat whale and the Ukrainian ladyboy. But anyway, he's like trying to keep it together. Like I laugh on him, like, you know, trying to keep up some sort of like pathetic bravado. And like I could pick up and read up on his energy, and it was the same energy signature as the fucking Ukrainian ladyboy. And I just turned round and I just calmly said to myself, go and fuck the Ukrainian ladyboy. And you could hear a fucking pin drop. You could hear a moth fart from 100 miles away. You know what I mean? The silence was so deadly, so thick that you could cut the atmosphere with a fucking pair of scissors or a knife. You know what I mean? And that deathly silence in that moment spoke fucking volumes. Volumes. You know what I mean? It was just like confirmation. Yes. Go fuck the Ukrainian ladyboy. There was no laughter. There was no witty retort. There was nothing but deadly silence. And that just told me everything I needed to know. And I just turned around and I fucked off into the grocery shop and got what I needed. And it was nowhere to be seen. Silence. He just scurried away back under the fucking rock he crawled out from under. Never to be fucking seen again. And like, I know this fucking weirdo and many other people watches. They all like download me videos and passing it around, you know what I mean? Because they always report us having the shadow ban. It's like I'm not afraid to talk about big topics. I'm not afraid to fucking talk about things that most, you know, where I'm not afraid to tread where angels, you know, what is it? I'm not afraid to tread where angels' feet to tread. I'm not afraid to go where angels' feet to tread, shall we say. I didn't think I got that quite right, but you know what I mean. But I've got a fucking... they're all mentally insane people. Like the idiot Ginger Ninja, the fat penguin that lives 2 doors from us. She's mentally fucking disturbed. I've got a fucking idiot over the road who's got listening devices. That's like just obsessed with us. Like so many people, right, masturbate to pictures of me, right? Not that I want to know this, you know. I'd rather I didn't know this. But like, there's like the fucking so-called friend. Then this is that donkey fucking friend of his that he always likes hanging out the back of his ass when they're having threesomes with the fucking witch bitch that he's in a relationship with, to hide the fact that he is gay. And no matter how many children you have, you're still gay. That doesn't change a thing. But anyway, long story short, I just dropped the bombshell, dropped the mic, deathly silence. He fucked off. Probably he's like laughing, like as he's walking away, he's like laughing like do you know what I mean? Breaking his fucking heart. Well, I don't really care. You know what I mean? That's what you get for fucking stabbing people in the back, for being a thoroughly fucking disingenuous individual. And so yeah, I just thought I would like share that little message. And I know he'll be watching and he'll probably be waiting for us to make an upload about it. Well, it's Saturday, I'm off for a walk in nature. waiting for the cars to cross the busy road, and I just thought I'd like to share that. And I've got a few other things to talk about, but what I will do is I will leave it there for now, and I'll be back shortly because, you know, I'm having a bit of a walk and I'm like trying to clear my mind, and like I don't really much by the way of like stuff on YouTube now, tarot and things like that. I'm starting to detoxify. I am being more creative, make like more mixes and things and listening to new music. Well, I say new music, like old music, but with high quality recordings, which it's all about sound, it's all about the audiophile, it's all about being an audiophile. But yeah, that's what I have the cans for, because it sounds fucking amazing. And I'm playing around with the equalization to get that custom equalization that's tailored just for me. So it's just taking one of the pre-settings and playing around with it and shaping it to something that I like. But yeah, and yeah, in terms of like vaping, I don't really do that much anymore. Like, I've had no nicotine now. This is this is the start of my 4th week. So 7 days from now, what, about the 5th of July, something like that, I will have been free from nicotine for a month. I have no real sort of withdrawals, no real cravings. What I will say, it's like a psychological thing, because obviously when you've had a habit for a period of years, it's been over 30 years, put it that way, you know, you have to find new, like, healthier habits to take your mind off it. And it is just, it's like a psychological thing. It's just, you have to change your thoughts, you rewire your brain to think differently. But yeah, that's going along really nice. And so, yeah, like I said, I said I was going to stop, and I have. And I said by the end of this month I will be nicotine free, which I did not lie about that. I mean, I have like flavouring bottles with no nicotine in, but like it's getting to the point where I don't desire it, because at the end of the day, I have no craving. I have no addiction to try and satisfy. So now I don't mind the odd pint now and again, but I'm not a heavy drinker. You could say I'm just alcohol free, I'm drug free, and I'm nicotine free, and I've cut out all my vices now. So it's just healthy living, healthy eating, healthy life. Now, I don't mind like a couple of pints, no more than 4, something like that. You know what I mean? Now and again. But all these false accusations that the fat whale has been making, and I'm this, that, and the t'other, and I've had all this. It's like, well, that's not a problem. It's like, we'll both have a drug test, yeah? And let's see who's fucking an alcoholic, a drug addict. You know what I mean? Let's see who's got like a lot of bad vices, and let's see who's got an incurable STD, eh? You know what I mean? And who hasn't? And I'm telling you now, you're fucked, because you have some serious fucking high level addictions that you cannot curtail, that you cannot control, that you cannot nip in the bud. Right, and all you've done is told a series of fucking lies, which is going to lead you to a series of unfortunate events of your own making. One moment. So as I was saying there before, was like just avoiding people talking, things like that. You've created a series of unfortunate events for yourself through a chain of lies that you've told. A chain of lies that you've told that you cannot back up, that you cannot provide any tangible evidence, tangible proof, because I will not have anything to do with none of this, because I know what you're up to. Right? I see through your plans. I can read you all like a fucking book. And you just make fools of yourselves every time you attempt to do something. Well, it's like it's just the same thing on repeat. Hold on. So I'm just going on. See the arch. See through. I'm just going under the bridge. So I went across the road and back over. I've got like a route that I take. They enjoy doing. Water. It's low level there. You probably go paddling on your feet. But yeah. See a spot of paddling. It's only low and there's like a stony section. a stony section. But yeah. So I came out over that side, crossed over, walked along, come down and now underneath here, which puts me back on this track. But yeah, so you've basically dug yourself a vicious hole, telling all the lies, and your pedo judge can't help you anymore. Your dodgy solicitor, lawyer, barrister, whichever terminology you prefer, that cunt's been caught up. Even when the silly cunt knew better, he still decided to be a retard. Can't do anything about that. But they're all going to lose their positions. They're all going to be publicly shamed. They're never going to live it down. And as I say, when this all goes down, it will go viral. And that's when everyone's going to know who I am because of what you have done to me for unnecessary greed. And just your hatred of someone that's never really done anything to you. You've been in this secret fucking competition with me since I was a child. You've always been jealous of us. I've always known this. I've always known this. And there's no need for you to be like that. But you're such a pathetic, low-life individual. You have caused your own problems through your own hatred, through your own jealousy, through your own envy, and through your own greed. Like your malice, your malevolence. It's sad and it's tragic, and you really need to seek mental health. You know what I mean? You've involved doctors, lawyers, judges, fucking police, that dyke police officer, you know, who's rug you munched and passed on your incurable STDs. I mean, you've passed on so many incurable STDs to people. Like, you've dug yourself, oh, like, I'm hearing now, oh, if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen very soon. People are going to become knocking on your fucking door, wanting a word with you, because they've been to the CLAP clinic for an STD test. And they realise that they've got a few things that they can't get rid of. And they start to realise things that I've been saying is, in fact, true. And then they're going to come looking for you. And then you're going to phone the fucking police on the very same people that you rounded up to help go against me with your fucking smear campaign of bullshit, lies and bullshit. You know? And, oh yeah, just so you know, like, you know how you've got your burner phones, right? And you know how you think by just phoning each other now and then, and only for 60 seconds, right? Right, because you don't want it to ping on the mast or whatever, or like bring attention to those who've got everything, who are tapped into everything you've got. Right, doesn't matter if you change it or replace it. They're tapped into it because they're on you like a fucking rash. They're all over you like a rash. Do you know what I mean? Right, so you think that by keeping your messages short and sweet for 60 seconds that you won't attract attention to you, right? Well, he's the Mythbuster. You know, like on the movies where they say, oh, get a chase on them, wait for 60 seconds, so they can get a location, right? They just put that in the movies, right? It's just false. It's like false hope. It's like hopium. It's like fooling you into thinking that you have to only talk for 60 seconds, or it takes up to 60 seconds before they can get like a read on your location. No, actually, in fact, it's like, you know how quickly a call answers is to how quickly your location can be found. It's that fast, and as soon as that call answers, it registers on the mast instantly, not fucking 60 seconds, right? Sorry to burst your fucking bubble, but like, you're not as bright as you like to believe you are, or how you convinced yourself that you are, because you've been dealing with fucking people who are unaware of what's been going on. Just like you yourself have no self-awareness. The people you're dealing with also lack self-awareness. And so your victims, your targets, are very easy. Until you tried it on with me. Tried it on with me, of course, and naturally. I'm someone who's aware. I've been aware for many years now. For the last 12, coming up 13 years, I've been very aware of what's been going on, which led me to my spiritual awakening. But yeah, I've been very aware of the shadowy figures in secret societies and how all high profile people, not all but a large portion, are a part of these pedo cults that worship the Baphomet and kiss its ring piece. That's its arsehole, in case anyone's wondering what a ring piece is outside of the UK, right? So yeah, they all kiss the arsehole of the Baphomet, and they all sacrifice kids, eat babies, massive paedophiles, and you don't get up the ladder in these circles without sacrificing family members for fucking money, for fame and fortune. Fuck me, it's all terribly backfired for you, isn't it? And now I do realise that you're doubling down on trying to send more people in. You know, like you tried to send that fucking idiot in. Like, is it who's doing this? Is it the fat whale? Or is it the lady boy? Is it the little anorexic Ukrainian lady boy who's been having sex? Who's been giving him blowjobs? You know what I mean? Fucking hell, like your soul is out for a blowjob and you wonder why. I talk to you very bluntly, very sharp. And like, I've lost any respect I had for you. It's gone. It's washed away. Like, you're stuck in the past. Nothing's ever going back to the way it was. Now, every time I see you, it's not going to be nice. I'm not going to be courteous. You know what I mean? I'm going to be blunt and straight to the point to you and all the other fucking cretins who are no stabbed us in the back. Alright? So you need to slap? Oh, well, you know, you do need a fucking slap, but you need also a snap. Thank you, Spirit. You also, yes, you need a good fucking slap around the fucking head, but, you know, you need to snap out of this fucking denial. You need to snap out of this delusion that you've put yourself under. You've literally put yourself under a fucking spell, right? You've done so much fucking despicable shit behind my back, all for a fucking blowjob from a lady. But I mean, it's not even a fucking real woman. Look, I tried to tell you, coming up 8 years ago now, the agenda, how to look for it, how to spot it, how to train your eyes, and you just wanted to be an ostrich, you know, and place that head into the fucking bucket of sand. You know, what was it you said? Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Right, fair enough. That is your choice. You have free will. I can't force you to see what I see. Just like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. And so you chose to stay in ignorance. And guess what? You ended up getting a blowjob from a lady boy and poking its bumhole and getting an incurable STD from it also. And not only that, you're going to go to prison for a minimum of 10 years for fucking perjury, for making false statements, all because you got a blowjob off a lady boy. Now you've got to live with that fact. And on top of that, that you're a paedophile protector. You know what I mean? You protect the fat whale and her shenanigans. And all the other fucking team of kid snatchers she's got on her fucking payroll, had on her payroll, because that's fucking come to an end. But yeah, to the fatty, yeah, your 60-minute phone calls don't mean fucking shit. As soon as that call connects, it registered with the mast, and they can also tap you and find your location and record everything you've been saying. And it has been brought to my attention that a lot of the shit you've been saying about me over the phone is fucking haunting. And like, you know, the investigative team are thinking of whether or not they should release these audio recordings to let the public know just how fucking evil you are, basically. And yeah, I say to the investigative team, release those fucking recordings. People need to hear. People need to know who they really are, and they need to hear it around the world, around the world, around the world. You know what I mean? Because these people need to be put to shame. They need to be put on the fucking map for their 15 minutes of shame. Because these are despicable, heinous, sick, malevolent individuals. Like, this is some insidious shit that they've been concocting. All because fucking I'm a trust fund baby. And it was left money that you've all kept quiet from me. And just let you know that any money you've received in cash payments from whichever fucking burner bank account, and also how you've got an offshore account in my name that you've been funneling finances to because you're ready to do a fucking moonlight flit, aren't you? You're probably thinking about getting on a megabus. Well, it won't be the National Express or megabus. Yeah, you're going to get that bus stopped. You're going to delay the passengers for hours, and they're going to hate you for it. And you're still going to get caught, and you're not going to get across to mainland Europe or wherever you intend on going, because you'll be stopped in the process. One moment. So yeah, you're just going to get stopped. You are going to get arrested, and everyone's going to know who you are all over the world, and you're going to be the most hated family around the world. And I think I'll leave it there. So when all is said and done, this is Nightfly 777 signing off.
A few moments later.
Oh yes, that's one more thing that I'd like to talk about. So it's also came to my attention that when you stole, yes you fatty, I'm talking to you, so when you stole my identity, right, you've getting a doctor to write out prescriptions for medication to help with mental health, right, without my consent, right? So you've getting this doctor to break his Hippocratic oath while you use my identity to have this fucking idiot prescribe medication for mental health, which you then took into a court of law as evidence against me to back up your bullshit story of me having like mental health issues, right? So that may have worked, right, with that arsehole pedo judge, the Freemason that likes to like non's kids as well, right? That may have worked with him because you're an Eastern Star, or you try to get into the Eastern Stars by sacrificing me, you know what I mean, for fame and fortune and worship fucking Lucifer, or blah fucking blah, right? Now that may have worked with him, but you know this new judge that you go to court with, and then you're trying to do the same bullshit, or you've already done this, right, or this is ongoing right now as we speak, right? No, because the first thing the judge is going to want to know is, how did you get access to my prescriptions, to my medication, right? And then he'll want to know who this doctor is, because obviously this fucking doctor's sus, right? And that's just going to lead to a lot of investigations, because all these letters they keep sending out that aren't arriving to me, and you keep saying I'm this, I'm that, and the other, to this judge who's not going to be fooled or swayed by your bullshit or your manipulations, right? So that's why you're under investigation, right? Hold on. So that's why you're under investigation, right? And not only that, you've been keep going to the courts and taking like downloaded videos of me exposing you when you're trying to say I'm defaming your character. Who? Which fucking character am I defaming? Do you know what I mean? I haven't given you a name, but what you have done is the very people you're going to try and expose me is the very same people who are investigating you, and you're basically bringing me to their attention, right? And not only that, you've worked so hard to try and like keep me small, right? To shadow ban me, right? To keep us in the shadows so people don't see who I am, because you all know I'm destined for greatness, because you've all been doing divination and find out about my future, which you no longer can now because you're blocked. And no matter who you go to, you're blocked, you're barred permanently. But anyway, right, you've worked so hard to try and keep me small and in the shadows, that you've brought so many people's attention. You've brought me to so many people's attention, and we're talking about people in high places who are for me, not against me, right? And all you've done, right, remember, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. The opposite will happen. It will go in my favour, and it will attract all the right people. I will attract the attention of all the right people who can push me in the places that I need to go, that you try to stop me to get to. So you are the catalyst for your own demise, and also you are the catapult for my success. So you're a fucking clown. You're a jealous, fat, slovenly clown. A brain-dead prostitute that's infected a whole community, is going to be coming with you with torches and pitchforks to fucking end your life, because you realising now just how fucking useless you are and how much of a fucking bullshit artist you are. That no one's, only you fucking, only the most retarded faithful that just don't like me anyway, and they're in denial of the fact that they've teamed up with a fucking fat paedophile that abducts kids and sex traffics them on the dark web, as well as just snuff videos and other things like that, you know, auctions kids on the dark web, snuff videos for your fucking pedo elites and the Freemasons and the Eastern Stars, because the Eastern Stars are for the ladies, and a lot of them are trannies in there on both sides. So what you think's a man isn't a man, and what you think's a woman isn't a woman. And just because it's feminine, right? Just because it looks feminine or it looks masculine doesn't mean it's a male, or doesn't mean it's a fucking female. Just like when you pick up on feminine and masculine energies, they don't equate to male or female, because we all have masculine and feminine energies. And here's a little more information is spilled to you. Our higher selves, our higher energetic selves are androgynous. Anyway, our higher selves are androgynous anyway, and that's why we come to this realm as either masculine or feminine. Like, take for instance, which I'm fully aware of now, that in a former life I was a female, and I was branded a witch by the same fuckers in my reality now doing the same shit. Hold on. Right, so in a former life I was a healer. I was a female, that's a woman, right? And I was a healer. And the same people I'm dealing with now has been following me into every fucking life for the past 800 years. They've been trying to end us and following us and ending us because they're all fucking obsessed. Even now, as we're coming towards the end, because I've learned my lessons and I'm moving on, and the contracts have been made null and void. You've all served your purpose, so you're now surplus to requirement. You're no longer needed, so you'll be moving on shortly, or in due course. But yeah, and so yes, our higher selves are androgynous. That's why we have masculine and feminine energies. Now the thing is with these Luciferians, they pervert androgyny. So if you transition in this life, what you're doing is detaching yourself further from the Most High God, right? It's a perversion. They always invert the Most High's creations, right? And this reality, it's just a game. Just think of it as a PlayStation or Xbox game or Nintendo, something like that, right? It's just a game. It's a school, and we need to learn lessons. Sometimes we need to be a female, sometimes we need to be a male. That's because we're androgynous. So we need to embrace our masculine and feminine energies in different lifetimes to learn different lessons and to get the full experience of what it's like to be a man and a woman, to gain knowledge, to gain wisdom, to ascend. Because remember, we ascend in a spiral. Right? We don't just go straight up. We ascend in a spiral as we learn and grow, as we learn from our mistakes and we move forward. But if you continuously repeating the same mistakes over and over again, you're just descending on the spiral rather than ascend. Right, so, and as you're going around the spiral, you know, you like retest it again on lessons you've already learned to make sure that you've got the message before you're ready to move on to the next level. And that's why I keep bumping into idiot people who wronged us and think I should just be the same person I was in the past because they're stuck in the past and they're hooked and obsessed under an older version of me that's no longer here because I've learnt my lessons, I've moved on, I've become a different person. And I know who to spend my time wisely with and who not to. And if that means I have to be blunt to get the message across to blockheaded individuals who are brain dead, who are just dead inside, because at the end of the day, my dear old ex-friend who sold us out for a blowjob and a couple of lines of coke, you know what I mean? I knew you had had sex with the lady boy. You know, you bummed the lady boy. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm not judging you, right? I'm not the one that's in denial. I don't care about your sexuality. I don't care about your preferences, right? If you feel you need to masturbate over me to pictures of me, as other people fucking do, I can't really do anything about that, right? But that's what you're going to do. But that's all you're ever going to get. You know, I just don't swing your way, fella. Sorry and all that, but I just have to let you go. You refuse to learn your lessons. You refuse to move on in life. You stabbed us in the back. You know, it is what it is. And you can't go where I'm going. None of yous can. And you're all just going to have to cry your eyes out. You know, crying over you, over me. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. You had the choice. I don't give a fuck who he or she said this or that or the other, or they made us do it. No, you had the choice, right? Regardless, right? And you took the coward's way out and you stabbed us in the fucking back because you're weak. You're easily bought. I mean, fuck's sake, all it took for you was a blowjob from a lady boy. And I'm going to reinforce that. I'm going to keep on reinforce that just to get it through just how fucking pathetic and foolish you are. And always going to be. And, you know, as you're languishing in a prison cell in fear of your life because you teamed up with paedophiles who abducted kids and you protected them and you did nothing, you just fucking sat there like a coward in your fucking bedroom in the dark with your blinds closed, refusing to fucking let go of the past and move forward. Like, you're going to be stuck with those thoughts. Those thoughts are going to be etched in your fucking head until your very last days. Whether that's someone beating the shit out of you, whether that's you passing on peacefully, or you topping yourself, because let's face it, old ex-friend of mine, you're just not cut out for prison, are you? But you're prepared to stab us in the back out of jealousy from a blowjob off a lady boy. And yeah, I just think I'll leave it there. I think I've reinforced that and cemented that point I was trying to get across. And so when all is said and fucking done, this is Nightfly 777 signing off.